Okay, so the last section here is the representative. So this refers to the representative is just, it's basically just, again, this is the persons who get the pubs on board. Okay, so you can see here again, they've got their training section. They have the referral URL. So this is their unique referral URL. So for example, they would be sending, okay, so for example, if depending on what strategy we use to go forward. Now, this is where like I guess back to like knocking on the door. So my preferred option would be that for phase one, which is basically the Rugby World Cup, is that we choose to go for 50 to 100 pubs, okay, with the hope of getting 50 to 100. I prefer to go for 100. Like, if we had this person, what I don't want to do is I'd rather keep things below the radar and just like invite certain pubs to come. Certain pubs that I want to get on board, I'll target them. I know exactly the type that I want, and all we need is someone to knock on the door. So somebody that, you know, will say, oh, this person is knocking on the, like, let's listen to this guy. So that's what we're looking at. So if we had somebody that could work with us and just basically open the door for us, and it could be through a link, it could be just through an email, it could be like through a Twitter message, it could be like an invitation to listen, do you want to do this? And then we can just, with those particular customers, we can, like, let's say we get 50, 60 of them, we can just bring them into we could do it, like, we could actually create a webinar for them, like, and just sell it to them all together. Like, we could do it all together. I mean, that's been my preferred option, to sell to all 50, all 60 together. And if you don't make the meeting, that's fine, we just get somebody else, like, that's it. That would be a really smooth way to move forward. The more I'm thinking about it now, yeah, definitely we could do that. Get 50 on board very, very quickly, and get their buy-in in terms of what we're trying to achieve, and do it with somebody. You can only do that, all right? You can only do that if you have somebody involved or a brand involved that perks their ears up. I'm not interested in going and talking to a brewery to do it. I'm not interested in sharing this with a brand that's already. I'm not. I really would. I think it would lend itself very well to somebody that's known and who has a low enough profile but a big enough brand that, you know, was all right, well, if he's involved in this, it must be worth listening to, that kind of thing. Or if he's, yeah. And again, this is not a salesy, this is about, like, this is a movement, right? This is a movement. I'm not interested if we have 50 people in front and we say X, Y, and Z, and someone starts acting a maggot about it. I just say, well, look, it's fine. It's not. This may not be for you. You know, it may not be for you. So next question, please. That's the attitude. Okay, we are selecting the pubs. Uh, I suppose getting back to getting back to terminology in sports, and I think we need to keep to that, because everything has to really get back to sports. But if we're thinking about sports, like when a scout is selecting the players, everyone will have their own opinion. The player have his opinion, their coach has his opinion, but a true scout, a true, like, experienced scout will see the value, will understand and the ability of that player, like, because they know what to look for. And I know what to look for. I know what will work and what won't work. I know the type of publican that will work for us. And in fact, it's the one that is frustrated the most. And so I'll know by their questions. You have to remember, I'm a salesman, and I've been a salesman all my life. So I know when somebody's interested in something, or when someone's going to be of value to this. Because the last thing we want is people who are not going to add value to this. In other words, they're just going to be dragging their heels. We do not want people dragging their heels. We want people pushing us forward. Okay, so sorry about that. So this is the referral section. So they add, this is where they talk about their business, or these are the businesses they've brought on board. Oh yeah, that's good, yeah. So these are all the different businesses that they've brought on board. And these are the reports. Okay, so now it depends on what we decide to do in this case. It could be a percentage, it could be an amount of money per pub that they bring on. It could be, it really just depends how we want to work that out. Personally, I don't think we're going to need people to bring the pubs on. I don't think we're going to need that, not for a while. And also, but it could be that you might eventually have like a country rep that's locally based, that actually goes around and selects these pubs, and is paid on the revenue they bring in. So it's like a salesperson. That could be an option. Again, the system allows us to do that. I haven't made up my mind fully on how we would do that going forward. I did do a product 20 years ago, and I had sales agents around the world selling it, and that's how I did it. I did it through sales agents. So the options are there for us. I don't know yet how that would be. It would, yeah. We'll look at that. It's an option. We don't know what to do, whether we do it or not. There's reports here. And the transaction history, of course. So these are all the tricksters, debit, credit. This is his payments to him, and that's it. So that's the section there for the referral. Again, it doesn't require anything. So that's it there.